welcome back to Angie's Lock Life. I know it has been a minute, it's been a while since I've been on camera. To be honest, work has just been eating way too much into my personal time. And then now that we're kind of out of lockdown, the kids' social lives, their activities, everything's back on. I've been to like a kid's birthday party literally every month of September and the beginning of October. I mean, it's just non-stop. Life is busy. So I have been a bit rubbish. I think the other thing with my hair is that I've got to a stage where I'm not thinking about it as much. And part of that is because I passed the 1 year mark. I've got to a point where I've kind of settled into my locks and I'm kind of just happy with how they look. I'm not constantly thinking about, when are they going to grow? When is it going to get longer? When can I dye it? When can I stop braiding and banding? I've kind of passed those kind of key thresholds when it comes to locks. And, anyone in that first year knows what I'm talking about. You're literally waiting for some length. You're waiting for the hair, for the locks to actually mature. You're waiting to be allowed to dye it. So once you pass that stage, you kind of just chill out a bit. And the upshot of that is that I'm not thinking about my locks as much. So sorry guys, I will try and do better, especially now that I'm kind of getting to the 1.5 year stage. Again, I think it's time to kind of keep tracking that progress so that I can look at, what this second year of locks is looking like. So I think, definitely need to keep taking those pictures and keep updating you guys. And also I want to motivate anybody who is at the beginning of their journey, if I can in any way, to kind of show them what it looks like as you get further along. So I'm 16 months locks now. I can see that I've had quite a lot of growth. I think at this point of anyone's journey, it becomes really obvious how far you've come. So in terms of what's going on with me at the moment, I do not braid and band at all anymore. I could have kept it going, but I kind of got to a point where, with my scalp being as it is, I have quite a flaky scalp. I've probably got some sort of undiagnosed dermatitis, but essentially if I don't wash my hair often, I can get a bit of a build up of flaky scalp. Like I can have a bit of a rim on my forehead if it needs washing. So I just felt like when I was braiding and banding, I wasn't really getting into the scalp. So by stopping braiding and banding, I can really get in there, because my loctician was telling me that I had build up on my scalp, and it's not from using any kind of products really, because I wasn't even using that many products. I was being quite lazy with my hair even after dyeing it, and just generally spraying it with rose water. So it's just the kind of scalp I have. My scalp just needs a bit more sort of intense washing, and I think with locks it's harder to get to your scalp than it is with loose hair. So I just felt like I'm not going to braid and band, because I really want to make sure that I'm not missing any bit of my scalp. So when I wash my hair, I have to really get my fingers in there into every section to kind of get rid of the build-up. So braiding and banding is gone out the window. And also, the stage of I am with my locks in terms of the maturity of them, it doesn't really need braiding and banding. I don't find that not braiding and banding has any detrimental consequences. Like my hair is fine with me not braiding and banding. It doesn't really change much. So that's one thing that's gone out the window. Bleaching. In terms of the bleaching, I think I was quite lazy even after the bleaching. So I kind of said, I'm going to make sure I put more moisture in it, blah, blah, blah. Did I put any more moisture in it? Barely. I think I was occasionally, like once the blue moon, putting some oil in it, but not really enough. So my loctician, I had a retie about 2 weeks ago, and she basically advised me to put some of the Sisterlocks moisture treatment into my spray, like put like a teaspoon of that moisture treatment by Sisterlocks into my spray bottle with water, give it a shake, mix it round, and then spray that in my hair. So I've been doing a lot more of that lately, and she put that in my hair when I went for retie, and it felt really, really nice. Like it just felt moisturized, it looked moisturized, it looked better. So I think I took the whole low maintenance thing with locks far too far, and I wasn't doing anything extra to actually keep my locks moisturized. Part of that, I think, is that it's like I was almost waiting to see if I could get away with it before I started doing anything, rather than taking any preventative measures to stop any kind of breaking. So, having been really lazy, I think I did start to notice that it was quite dry. And then there were certain locks where I was like, I'm sure I'm missing... Ooh. There were certain locks where I was like, I'm sure I'm missing the tip of the locks. So there was just a few where I was like, is that all that was dyed, or has the ends broken off? There's a few of them where I look at them and I'm like, I'm sure there was more, like the dyed bit was longer. I can't find any now, but I think this one is definitely one of them. And there's a few in there where I look at it and I'm like, where's the rest of you gone? And that is probably down to me being lazy. It's only really at the front, because that's where my hair is the most dry. There's a few where I'm like, where is the end of this lock gone? Has it just snapped off and gone? I think the back has been fine. I think most of it is fine. But I definitely feel like the neglect was making the hair a little bit drier. And the more dry it looks, the brighter the colour looks. And actually, when it's got a good amount of moisture in it, the colour's a bit more toned down. So yeah, I am trying to make sure I spray my hair. I'm trying to make sure I do spray my hair more now, because I've got the moisture in my, as I said, in my Sisterlocks, in my rosewater spray bottle. So I just spray that in it now. And yeah, that's something that I'm trying to do a bit more of. So my tips for anyone that wants to bleach their hair, I mean, I love the look of it. I think it's definitely worth doing. I would definitely advise that you wait until you are past the 1 year mark. Obviously, speak to your loctician, get that advice, because different hair types are going to be able to handle it at different stages. The thing with where once you bleach your hair, as I mentioned, is that you do need to put more moisture in it. So you need to be past that stage where, you know, your hair's unraveling, so that you can comfortably put that extra moisture in your hair without worrying about ruining your locks. So definitely wait. It's worth waiting for the hair to be ready for it. Once you do it, don't be like me, don't be lazy, get that moisture in. Just add, you know, some kind of moisturizing cream into your spray bottle, add some oils, make a concoction, and just make sure your hair is getting that moisture, because it really is important once your hair is bleached. Just like your loose natural hair or your relaxed hair, you want to make sure that, you know, your hair is getting the moisture it needs. And then my third tip, once you're moisturizing, is that you then have to make sure that you're always wearing your bonnet. I'm not too bad with the bonnet thing, because I almost feel uncomfortable if I don't have my bonnet, because I sleep on a cotton pillowcase. Even if I do sleep on a satin pillowcase occasionally, I always feel like I need my bonnet, because I just like my hair to be wrapped up. So that side of things I'm good. But yeah, I think if you're spraying your hair with moisture, you want to make sure you don't get any lint in your hair. So make sure you wear your bonnet so that you don't get the lint in your hair. My daughter, I don't have any lint in my hair actually. But my daughter, being that she's a 6-year-old, you know, she's all over the place, rolling around, especially now it's winter. She'll be, you know, on the settee with the blanket. So she actually does have lint in her hair, and seeing the lint in her hair, you know, I can't do much because she's a kid and she's going to run about, and she doesn't tend to want to wear her bonnet that much. But it definitely makes me not want to get lint in my hair. So yeah, I definitely am quite good with the bonnet, and I need to kind of make sure that she gets better with hers as well. So those are my tips for anyone that wants to bleach. And yeah, that's pretty much it with my hair. I can probably do a quick little... This camera's falling off. A bit wonky, forgive me. So yeah, quick view of the back of my hair and how it's looking. So, sorry guys, I had to readjust my camera because it just fell off just then. So yeah, the back of my hair is thriving a lot more now. It's a lot longer than what it was before. Anyone that watched my previous videos knows that I had a bit of an issue with my choppy short bits at the top, but nowadays I wear my hair down a lot more because I think it's starting to fall a bit more. So I'm not as bothered by the layers. It's starting to kind of come together. Still a bit more growth to go, but I think it's starting to look nicer when worn down. I still love my half up, half downs, as you know, but yeah, I wear it down way more now. So yeah, I still think for anyone that's contemplating getting locks, if you're watching a bunch of videos just to kind of think about whether you should do it, whether you shouldn't do it, I say completely, you know, I still stand by the fact that I would say go for it. Like there's no bad hair days with locks. You're always ready to go. It's low maintenance and your hair is thriving. So I totally recommend it, especially for busy mums, you know, full-time employees, people that just don't have time to be in their hair 24/7. Even more of a recommendation, I would say. So that's it really. That's my 60 months update. I hope you found that useful, and I promise not to be away for quite so long again. And thank you to those, I still had a few subscribers trickling through, even though I was like so lame and completely missing. So thank you to those who subscribed, and for those who have stuck with me while I've been away. So if you've got any questions about my locks or bleach locks or anything, just drop it down in the comments box and I'll come back to you. Thanks for watching, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.